Alright, welcome back to Fire Emblem Echoes. Welcome to the DLC that probably wouldn't be super memorable if not for its cast.
Do you see them, Python?
Afraid not, my good man. They are Gone gone. I think it's time to call this a lost cause. What with a head start like they had? Clever dogs knew what they were doing, waiting until the march tired us out. By the time we woke, the sun was shining and they were miles away.
We are such fools! How could we let every last Deliverance soldier in our charge desert? Are the cowards that scared of a few pirates? Pathetic, the lot of them! Forgive us, Sir Lucas. We scoured the area, but there's no sign of the men. I fear every last soldier that served under you has taken to heel.
All right. Then let's not waste any more time searching for them. We'll have to continue on to the southern outpost alone. That fortress could fall to Desai's pirates any day now. And they haven't a prayer left, save for the three of us. If we don't rescue our comrades soon, we won't have anyone left to rescue.
So the three of us are going up against a bunch of angry pirates? Alone? Are you mad? We don't stand a sinner's chance in hell!
Watch your tone, Python! Sir Lucas is a noble. You must treat him with respect.
It's all right, Forsythe.
It is?
Noble I may be, but I'm young and yet unknighted. I don't warrant a sir. Just call me Lucas.
Don't have to ask me twice, Luke, old boy.
Lucas, if you please.
You seem pretty different from all the other nobles I've met. Guessing that's one reason they didn't stick around, huh?
It could be.
What do you mean, Python? Lucas didn't do anything wrong.
You do remember who the deserters' ringleader was, yes? That count or duke or whoever it was strutting about like cock of the walk? Just after Lucas joined the Deliverance, those two actually came to blows. Lucas left Duke Upjump in the dirt and got a promotion for his trouble. I somehow doubt the man just dusted off his ego and got over it.
Oh, come now! A soldier wouldn't stage a mass desertion over something so petty.
Oh, I'm sure there were other factors. Like the fact that tides of war are starting to turn against us. Probably reckoned this was the time to cut loose before he drowned.
Python has a sharp tongue, but it matches his mind. I'd say that sums it up nicely.
So if you knew it was a mistake, why didn't you let the windbag win?
I should have. But when he called me a backwater buffoon, I lost my temper and... well, I suppose I still have things to learn.
So what now? Sir Clive ordered us to defend the outpost and save our comrades. Perhaps I could serve as a runner and go request reinforcements.
There's no time. We'll have to make do with the three of us. All right, listen up. If we can rescue our comrades and escape, I'll consider that a victory. Let them have the outpost.
But sir!
We need to operate within our limits. There will be other chances to recapture the outpost.
The man's got a point. Come on, Forsythe. Let's keep our hides and save the heroics for another day. It's not worth throwing our lives away over one crappy outpost.
I just pray Sir Clive will forgive us.
Alright, so we can escape from over there, but first we have to rescue these three nerds. So, seeing this fortress here and all of these evasion-raising panels really puts me in mind a thing I want to discuss that I figured should have its own episode. You know, we went over basics in the last few episodes, some of those basics, but let's talk about one of the reasons I did not want to LP original Gaiden. It's evasion, and I guess more to the point, accuracy in the Fire Emblem games. So, a lot of the original games used a certain type of RNG that they changed later on. Basically, how hit rate works in the games is that the game will roll a number from 0 to 99, and if that number is under the hit rate that is displayed for the units, then the attack hits. Now, originally, up through the SNES games, the game would only roll one number, which is why the RNG in the original games is dickish. If you have ever played one of the earlier Fire Emblems, they hate you, because random numbers can be cruel. Even if you have a pretty high hit rate, that doesn't mean shit. The later games starting at apparently Binding Blade, though having played Binding Blade, I feel like that's a lie. I feel like it didn't start until Blazing Blade, but that's just me. The games use a system called 2RN as opposed to 1RN. Like it says, the game rolls two numbers and averages them out, meaning if you have a higher hit rate, typically the game will fall in favor of the higher hit rate. Lower hit rate will miss a little more often, and in the Fire Emblem games, that's usually just the player's advantage, because typically you're the one with high enough skill to have high hit rates. The enemies, maybe not so much. However, Fates and this game decided to be a little different. For whatever reason, Nintendo wanted to be experimental with the hit rates. I feel like maybe that was the period where Sense Awakening had just come out. People were like, oh, hey, let's look at how these games actually work. Wait, the game rolls two numbers and it's in the player's advantage. I don't know about that. How dare they make something fun? Maybe that's what spurned it. I don't know. I'm not going to make assumptions. But it uses a sort of hybrid, apparently, which I noticed because the hit rates in both Fates and this game can be, again, kind of dickish. Not as bad as 1RN, usually. But basically, if the hit rate a character has is lower than 50%, the game will actually only roll one random number, so it's 1RN on that end. So, lower accuracy can get pot shots a bit more often. So, beware of axe users, they're not completely worthless by mid-game. However, if the hit rate is 50% or higher, there is apparently a formula for the hit rates, which I will display on screen and also read, because I don't fucking know what any of this means. So, parentheses, hit rate times 100, and parentheses, plus, parentheses, 4 divided by 3, and parentheses, times hit rate, times sin, double parentheses, 0.02, parentheses, hit rate, end parentheses, -1, end parentheses, times 180. That is apparently the fucking true hits that is compared against the fucking displayed hit rate that it rolls. Why did they add more math? Why the fuck did they add more math?
So, you know that saying, if you do something right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the kind of crap they're talking about. Like, the hit rate was already fixed. They figured out how to do it.
Yeah!
But because it was good, they couldn't tell that it was doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, Three Houses did actually just go back to 2RN, which is good, because 2RN is simple. I can understand it. It rolls two numbers. It averages them. If that's lower than the displayed hit rate, you're good. That's all I need to know.
I can only assume they found the guy that wrote that monstrosity of an equation and threw him out of the tallest building they own.
They just fucking gave him a swirly for being a nerd. Fucking math nerd. Get out of here. So yes, I wanted to mention that because I swore that Fates in this game, like, must have done something to the hit rate, because it does feel like, you know, high hit rates aren't always as reliable. You know, you miss that one more time over the usual that it starts to feel weird. And yeah, I looked it up for this LP, and I was just like, what the fuck? What is this? Why? There's a fucking multiplication of times 180. How will that ever be below the hit rate that's displayed? I don't know. I've never done a math like this. Well, I might have a long time ago when I was in school, but I don't anymore.
I am vaguely aware of what sine is, but I forget what it actually means mathematically.
I will say sine, cosine, tangent.
SoCA-tone.
It has something to do with triangles, I think. I remember it. It's on my calculator. I don't know if I could actually make a calculator do an equation with it, but I know it's there. So, anyway, with that done, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the Outpost mission now that we're almost done. It's definitely, a bit of a heart racer. You have to basically just move in as soon as possible to save the green units. There's a fair few enemy forces, so you'll definitely start to take a bit of damage, but also remember, you're using mostly armored units, so as long as you don't throw Python into the fray, you should be fine. He is, of course, your weakest defensive-wise, but being a ranged character, he's very helpful. He's also got an iron bow equipped, meaning he can also just snipe everybody. Yeah, so now we see what bow range does. It is absolutely helpful to have a bow equipped, so keep that in mind when we get to the main game. Give Archer bow, it helps. I can also talk about the rewards for this this chapter, which, after the true hit rate discussion, is much welcome. So, of course, like the first mission, Battle of Zofia Harbor, there is a special item you can get if you complete the chapter without losing any allies, which will be very helpful overall. However, instead of getting the memories like we did for that DLC chapter, it actually unlocks 2 new support chains. Lucas will be able to have supports with both Forsythe and Python that wouldn't normally be available, which I don't know how to feel about the fact that they lock those behind DLC. I do like having more dialogue options, but doesn't always feel super great. Maybe they finished it after the fact, but it does feel like they just held off for the DLC. So,
yeah.
Shrug.
DLC is one of those things where, as game development gets more expensive, games should be getting more expensive, but they aren't. They're getting less expensive. That extra development cost has to come out of somewhere. So, I think there's times where DLC just feels natural and non-exploitative, but it's very easy to make it super exploitative. Maybe you could put in a screenshot of the Euro Truck Simulator DLC packs. That seems to be the go-to for what the fuck DLC.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Fucking Dead or Alive as well. Stuff like that. This is tame by comparison. I'll probably discuss DLC, in general for this game more next episode as the topic for that. Because we are almost actually at the end of the actual map, so let's get these enemies the hell out, especially now that Some guys are coming in, and boy, do they look fierce. I don't want to fight knights. Like, look at this motherfucker. How did the pirates get this guy? Yeah, let's not fuck about with these.
It always throws me that in Fire Emblem the knights are the armored units and not the mounted units.
Mm-hmm.
It's not wrong, it's just not intuitive to me.
Buck up, little camper. Don't tell me you're still beating yourself up. So, they seized the outpost, so what? We did what we could. In fact, I'd say we did pretty darn good, considering it was just the three of us.
Don't you get it? Losing the outpost is a massive blow to the Deliverance. Why else would Sir Clive send us on such an important mission?
You're right. This will create some significant headaches for him.
Sir, I didn't mean to... I'm sorry, Lucas. I'm making it sound like this is your fault. But we all know it's the deserters who are to blame.
Yeah, but they deserted because of Lucas, so...
Would you shut up already?
Why? He's right. If our loss here turns out to be a fatal blow to the Deliverance, then it's fair to say my pride is the straw that broke the Pegasus' back. I should have thrown the duel. I did not. And I have to live with that now.
Don't say such things. Wait, why do you look so happy?
Well, I may have lost my men, and not wholly won that battle, but I gained something in return. I found the two of you. You stood bravely beside me, a man your junior. I cannot thank you enough.
No, but that was nothing. We were just following orders.
I can see why Clive put so much stock in you both.
He does.
Indeed. He assigned you to me because he saw you for the hard workers you are.
But I'm just a foot soldier, a grunt. Did he really say that about me? Can you believe this, Python? I knew joining the Deliverance was the right thing to do. Sir Clive needs us. And next time, we'll secure him a victory for true.
He's like a maid who's just been popped the question. Take care what you say to poor Forsythe, Lucas. He takes things to heart.
And why shouldn't he? The Deliverance may not be the definition of solidarity just yet, but if it has soldiers like you two in it, then it has hope. You'll take us far.
All right. Stop kissing my rear already. This is starting to get weird.
Python, Lucas, are you coming or not? We need to get back.
Well, you heard him. Shall we go?
You got it, Luke.